I am Charalanga, and for today I will discuss to you about the story Lolita. Lolita is a novel by Russian-American writer Vladimir Nabokov. First published in 1955, the novel is narrated by the protagonist, Humbert, a middle-aged man who becomes sexually obsessed with a 12-year-old girl named Dolores Hayes, whom he nicknames Lolita. The novel follows Humbert's journey as he becomes her stepfather and takes her on a road trip across America, all while pursuing his own sexual desires. The novel is known for its controversial subject matter as well as its complex and poetic prose style. Nabokov's writing is highly stylized and evocative, exploring themes of love, obsession, and the corrupting influence of desire. The novel has been praised for its exploration of these themes, as well as its innovative narrative structure and use of unreliable narration. In the novel's foreword, the fictional John Ray Jr., Ph.D., explains the strange story that will follow. According to Ray, he received a manuscript entitled Lolita, or the Confession of a White Widowed Male, from the author's lawyer. The author himself, known by the pseudonym of Humbert or H.H., died in jail of coronary thrombosis while awaiting a trial. Ray asserts that while the author's actions are despicable, his writing remains beautiful and persuasive. He also indicates that the novel will become a favorite in psychiatric circles as well as encourage parents to raise better children in a better world. In the manuscript, Humbert relates his peaceful upbringing on the Riviera, where he encounters his first love, the 12-year-old Annabel Lee. Annabel and the 13-year-old Humbert never consummate their love, and Annabel's death from typhus 4 months later haunts Humbert. Although Humbert goes on to a career as a teacher of English literature, he spends time in a mental institution and works a succession of odd jobs. Despite his marriage to an adult woman, which eventually fails, Humbert remains obsessed with sexually desirable and sexually aware young girls. These nymphets, as he calls them, remind him of Annabel. Though he fails to find another like her, eventually Humbert comes to the United States and takes a room in the house of widow Charlotte Hayes in a sleepy, suburban New England town. He becomes instantly infatuated with her 12-year-old daughter Dolores, also known as Lolita. Humbert follows Lolita's moves constantly, occasionally flirts with her, and confides his pedophiliac longings to a journal. Meanwhile, Charlotte Hayes, whom Humbert marries, Charlotte Hayes, whom Humbert loathes, has fallen in love with him. When Charlotte sends Lolita off to summer camp, Humbert marries Charlotte in order to stay near his true love. Humbert wants to be alone with Lolita and even toys with the idea of killing Charlotte, but he can't go through with it. However, Charlotte finds his diary and, after learning that he hates her but loves her daughter, confronts him. Humbert denies everything, but Charlotte tells him she is leaving him and storms out of the house. At that moment, a car hits her and she dies instantly. So the story Lolita is a subversive story of a middle-aged man's lustful obsession with his 12-year-old stepdaughter. The character Humbert has little control over his pedophilic urge for Lolita, and this leads him to force her into a cross-country tour in a bid to keep her compliant. Gradually, he becomes aware of the shadowy presence of another pedophile who desires Lolita for his own needs.